two masses 8 kg and 12 kg are connected at the two ends of a light inextensible, that you can't pull the string, it is so the length cannot change. That's what it means. String that goes over a frictionless pulley. Okay, we have a pulley question. Find the acceleration of the mass and the tension in the string when the mass are released. Okay, so this is a question wherein we have a pulley. So first thing is, let me draw a pulley over here. No, 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 no. I can't keep telling now. I'll just go with this. So that is your okay. Let me not experiment. We have a dot and we have something like this. We have a test it over here. Okay, begin strong. Now you have two things. One is this and say something like this. Is 12 kg and one is 12 kg and another is 8 kg. Now, so you're holding it, you will release it, and find the acceleration once you release it, and also this tension and all of that. So what happens? What does your common sense tell? What do you think will happen? You have a pull over here, you have a pull over here, and what else? What happens? So the system, obviously, this will go up, so this will accelerate up, and this will accelerate down. And how will this acceleration be? Will they be equal or not equal? If you guys remember all of this discussion, they will be equal. Because the length ratio, velocity ratio, and all of those will be equal. Because the string is not stretchable. So with that in mind, so acceleration will be same and so on and so forth. But what is the acceleration? How do you find it? See, whenever such question comes, I think of them as, how do I put it across? One who earns and one who spends. In this system, who earns and who spends? That will give you guys the net force on the system. Okay, so let me start the working. So let me put it this way. The mass of the system. What is the mass? 8 kg plus 12. And so you have a 20 kg mass. Then that's mass. Then we are looking at mass is this. Then we are looking at the net force. So if I consider up as positive, or let me consider down as positive. If I consider down as positive, what is the net force? The one who earns will give us a positive net force, and one who spends will give us a negative net force. Why is that? Common sense. So he is able to contribute in the pull, and he is not contributing. The spender is not contributing because he is moving against the net motion of the entire system. Ideally, this 8 kg, if it was less, it would have been better, right, for the system to move faster. Because of this 8 kg, the 12 kg will not be able to pull the entire system with that speed. So the net force over here is 40 Newton. Right? Now, the acceleration of the system will be equal to 2 meter per second square. So 40 by, so this is nothing but F net by mass of the system. So that's how I got it. Okay, once I know the acceleration, all I have to do is tension in the string when the masses are released. So what is the tension over here? Same tension will be over here. Anyways, so for how do you find the tension? So we have, this is for your understanding, you have 12 kg and the net force over here is 40 Newton, right? And you have one more string, not one more string, a massless string, and this is where we are trying to figure out the tension. So what is this? Tension. How do you figure that out? Yes, we have to make use of the acceleration. For a mass of 8 kg to accelerate at 2 meter per second square, the force needed is how much? 2 into 8, that is 16 Newton. So where will the 16 Newton come from? Obviously it has to come from here. No one else is acting on it other than gravity. So it has to be from, so the tension the string is 16 Newton. Okay, is this right? Is this right? Let's think about it. You have a mass of 8 kg. Sorry, you have a mass of 8 kg. Okay, you're pulling this up with a force of 16 Newton. Because it's 8 kg, what else happens? Gravity is also pulling, and it's pulling with 80 Newton. So how is this even possible? 16 is lesser than 80. Means what? The acceleration part is taken care by 16 Newton. The 18 Newton also has to be compensated. So that would be plus 80 Newton. And so in total, you have 96 Newton. Guys, there are shorter versions of calculating this. If you feel that I'm being lengthy over here, it's for a reason, because without understanding the concept, don't do anything, literally. Even if it takes 5-10 minutes extra, learn the right way initially. Okay, let me explain the last part again. See, if this was a frictionless surface, this would have made sense. 60 Newton would have made it accelerate in one particular direction. But we have to move against the gravity also now. 60 Newton will not pull a 80 Newton force. If I ask you guys, if I have 80 Newton force over here, and at the other end we have 60 Newton force, and this is 80 Newton force. So will it accelerate? Yes, it will accelerate. In what direction? To the right. So with this, commonsensical point, if I have 80 Newton down and 60 Newton up, will the object move up? No, right? It's supposed to be moving down. But we know that it will move up because of, well, the setup. So somewhere you need to compensate this 80 Newton. Without that, you can't, make this go forward. So this part, you can make a note. This part is to counter gravity, right? You guys can write this in pencil. And this part is to accelerate the object. Okay, so that has to be kept in mind. So whenever you get any such question, go with finding the mass of the system, finding the net force of the system, and then finding the acceleration of the system, and then find the force needed for the acceleration. Then to counter the mass, you figure out the additional value, and that should be the tension in the string with which it should pull. If not, it won't accelerate and it won't be able to counter the gravity. Okay, guys, so all this has to be kept in mind. Again, build your common sense. You can always learn shortcuts later.